Hello, my YouTube friends. Welcome to another episode of Big Cat's Playground here on my Minecraft Survival Series server. And as you can see, we are going to be building my base. We're going to be building the house. Well, we're going to be building the structure of the house. I don't know if we're going to do any detail on it, but here's kind of the structure, the platform that I made last time, because I am the mayor of Big Cat's Playground, right? And these are my villages and my villagers. And so if you want to kind of take a look, we did quite a lot of excavation, right? A lot of trees are gone now compared to the last episode. I did a lot of clearing out because, I want to, refurnish this place per se. And there were just so many trees, everything was in the way. Everything was just so cluttered. And it was like, you know what? Let's just kind of just get a lot of things out of here. And we're gonna just slowly but surely work on this entire place. And I wanted to have a plan for this episode rather than just kind of just building and yapping or it was mostly just mining and yapping about complete nonsense. And I did start a little bit under here, so we have big plans for this place. It's gonna be a lot. I now realize that putting like a Minecraft server. Shout out to all the Minecrafters like Etho and Tango and Scar and BOO, all those people. Grian. Also, I made some of the craziest coffee. This coffee is way too strong. But shout out to all those people because I didn't realize how much literal work and grinding they put into this, right? But so yeah, we have a lot to do today, and I want to build, I guess, the structure of this little of my base, right? So we have as you can see, look at how much nonsense I've put into just grinding and getting all of the resources. Maybe I'll show a couple clips of what it took. I had a really unfortunate death where I lost a ton of resources, and then I lost my spot, and so now I've written down all of my coordinates to things because I'm like, dude, there's just so much that I lost, and I don't want to do that again. But now I have brand new gear. I have all the good stuff, and so here's what I want. Right, so we're gonna have a house, and I'm gonna save some secrets for later, but so first, and I kind of want to see how these houses, they have like a cobblestone start, right? Some have a wood, kind of that wood mixture and cobblestone mixture, but mostly are just like cobblestone. So I want to have like a cobblestone base, but I also want to have some like fortress stuff, right? So let's kind of start with the shape. And so I want to have like a nice little walkway all the way around. So maybe like 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna just do this on the fly. I'm not doing anything in creative, right? And so yeah, we're just gonna kind of just do this together. I hope everyone had a really nice weekend. I actually spent the weekend with my niece, and it was super fun. And hanging out with family as you get older just makes you just really think about it. It makes you really think about like what are the really important things in life, right? And because the thing is with family is that you don't really get to pick your family. You're kind of forced into it. With your friends, you can really pick your friends, and they can pick you, and they can choose not to pick you, and you can choose not to pick them. But with family, you've been given to them, and they've been given to you, and you have right over them, and they have right over you. And they've been given to you, by some people say the universe, some people say God, some people just say it was random. Darwinism gave you your family. And let's see. 3. So yeah, we're gonna put a structure here that will go. So you guys are gonna see what I'm cooking here, but we will need to sleep here soon. So this is gonna be the size of the mansion, right? And we're gonna want a nice little door system that goes up here, right there. And it's funny, I made this massive platform and I thought it was gonna be way bigger. But yeah, I mean, you know, I was hanging out with my niece, and you know, I lived in San Francisco for many years. I lived there in San Francisco. I went to school up there in Berkeley back in 2017, and I've kind of been up there for 8 years, and so I haven't really been as close to my family. I mean, I call my parents all the time, but you know, with my siblings, even though you know my siblings are half siblings, you know, I wasn't really as close with them. So, and I was really focused on my friends. I think that's just, you know, very natural for young people to be, you know, really focused on their friends. I don't know if I necessarily want this. No, let's try it. We're gonna try it. And then I've seen some really cool designs, so we'll do it 2-way. Yeah. And so yeah, I think young people these days are so focused on, you know, having as many friends as possible with, you know, for things to do on Friday nights or Saturday nights or whatever. And we're going to want to move this a little bit more out, which we can do. Yeah, we're going to want to move this so we can have a little bit more space here. And that's just kind of like the status quo of things, right? People are just so focused on having friends and hang out with their friends, and really have, unfortunately, our generation has really like neglected the family. And I definitely did too. But, you know, as I got older and I've been just studying religion more and understanding religion more, it's like, hey, like, you know, we were giving our family on purpose. You know, whether it's divine intervention, whether it's the universe, whether it's Darwinism, whatever your answer is, you know, we don't get to decide who our family is, but we do get to decide who our friends are. And there's nuances and power to both of them, right? Where it's like, hey, like, you know, if you have a tough family situation, then you can always choose them, or you can always choose, you know, friends and, you know, whatever. But at the same time, it's like, you know, your family will be with you forever. And so yeah, so it's just, you know, now that I'm living here, I've just realized that it's like, hey, like, you know, I wish I spent more time with my family, but I'm now given this time to spend time with my family, which is really awesome. So it's been a cool little shift. And it's funny, when you build these things, they look so much cooler in your head. Come on. But yeah, so anyways, the message of the day is, you know, spend time. If you don't spend enough time with your family, maybe, you know, give it a try. I know sometimes it can be difficult, right? Everyone is weird. Family is really difficult sometimes, but, you know, we're given these people for a reason, and, you know, it's at the end of the day, it's, as long as you make an effort, and if the effort's not reciprocated, then hey, you know, you tried, but don't go throughout life not trying. Is, you know, you don't want to. You want to give it a good try. All right, sweet. All right, this is starting to come together a little bit. And so because it's kind of smaller, it's a little smaller than I was hoping for, which is fine. It's going to probably be easier to build. I want to make this like a triple decker house. So yeah, I mean, it was cool, you know. I mean, it's funny, you know, you're hanging out with your whatever 4-year-old niece. You know, what do you really do, right? I mean, she loves princesses. She loves, you know, playing with bubbles. That's all she wanted to do, was just play with bubbles the whole time. And it's funny, just the mind of a 4-year-old is so odd. You know, she told my sister, like my sister was like, hey, you know, what did you do at Grampy's house, you know, my dad's house where I live? And she was like, oh, we hung out with Grampy and we fail. And I babysitted Punkle, which is me. And it's just like, dude, come on, man. I babysitted you, and you think you have ownership over me, man? So, you know, it's funny, it's cute. But yeah, I mean, it's just, like I said, it's, you know, everyone just wants to be so siloed and individualistic, and it's like, you know what? You gotta give it a try, because you're giving these people for a reason, and you don't want to neglect it. You know, what does that really say about you if you neglect family, right? And you only focus on friends. When, like I said, you know, friends can choose to be with you, they can choose not to be with you. You know, people, there's no ownership within friendships, but there is ownership in families. Alright, let's take a step back for a second and kind of look. I think I'm... Do I like this? I think we're going to want to do a stone brick. What is... Do I have any? We'll come back. We'll come back to it. Yeah, I guess, you know, leave a comment and let me know, like, you know, what do you like to do with your family? Because the thing is, like, if I have too much cobblestone, it's just gonna look weird. I don't want too much cobblestone. Yeah, also leave a comment. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. You know, how I can make this better. I do have an idea. I think we want to do stone brick instead. So let's kind of cook some up. Let's keep building. Alright. We'll come back to this in a second. And I want to start some of the other structures as well. So I kind of want to have, like, you know, a nice little fort pillar. Around this thing. And it's funny, like, we're kind of like, encroaching on the community here. But let's see. We don't want to make it too close to this thing. So, like, here. Yeah, I like how we're kind of like, it's funny, like, it's like we're usurping their land a little bit. Like a nice little lookout tower. Oh, gotta sleep. So yeah, I just find it like, you know, it's like typical like government takeover. We take over your land a little bit. I think this is looking pretty good. Oh my lord. Lovely. So a little watchtower defense system. And look, people, like, I'm not some master builder. I'm not on like BOO level. This is what I want to build. And we're gonna slowly get better at building. I used to be a lot better when I used to play when I was younger. It's been a long time, so we're kind of just, this is like the starter, you know, figuring it out as we go type of sitch. Yes, I like this. And we can even hold some of our stuff down here. We're going to want to add some of that mossy cobble. Add a little flair to it. See, so that's why it's like, it's going to be too similar if we have this and that, in my opinion. It's kind of like my thought process in this whole thing. We'll do the detailing later. I just want to get the structures up for today. yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys have been liking the content. I know, I mean, I really have never done gaming content before. And, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what's, what you guys want to hear. Like I said, I think today's, what I really learned from this weekend is that the big lesson here, and where are we going to want to come in from is the question. Hey, hello? Yeah. I think this is fine. But the big lesson is, like, hey, like, we're in this time where it's been a weird few years for everyone, and everyone's just trying to figure out how to operate to the best of their ability, and some people's ability sucks, right? Let's just be honest. And maybe yours sucks, and maybe mine sucks too. But, I think we have to give it a good try with family, because, it was like destiny for us to be with these people. And for whatever reason, we're supposed to be with them, and so we should be kind to them. We should hang out with them. We should, give it a little bit of a chance. You never know what will happen. You'll never know when you'll need them, right? You'll never know what type of fun you might have with them. And if you're hanging out with your niece, maybe you'll make princess necklaces with them. Oh yeah, this is. So we're gonna make one tower defense here, one there, and maybe one over there. Like I said, I wanted this to be like an odd shaped house. I don't want it to be like, structured and look natural and whatever. I want it to look kind of odd. Oh, town meeting. What the heck is going on over there? So I do like this so far. I don't know if I like... See, the wood looks too... the same. So I did some toying around trying to get the perfect color scheme going, and honestly, I'm just gonna say it again. Shout out to all the builders in the Minecraft community, because this is no joke. I thought I was gonna come in and build this thing super fast, and I tried different building strategies for about an hour and a half to maybe get like 20% done. So I'm not gonna have you guys watch this whole video because I do go mute for the majority of this time trying to cook. So whatever and whoever is watching, you are the GOAT. And if people are watching in the future, let me know what y'all want to see. Meaning, like, do you guys want to see me build, or do you just want to see the aftermath of all my building? And I don't perceive myself becoming a Minecraft YouTuber. This is where I just want to play a game every so often to just vibe and chill. There are a ton of games I want to play, especially old Game Boy Advance games. So don't expect too much Minecraft content. Maybe once or twice a week. So yeah, just let me know what you think. And I'm, to be honest, even if you tell me what you think, I'm just probably gonna do me. And at this point, let's just check out the final product. All right, here's a quick intermission. We are going to take a pause here soon, but look at this. I mean, this, I feel like it just flows a little bit better. Right, it has a little bit of this, it has a little bit of fanciness. You can't just have the same block. It looks a little too boring. A little bit more structure to it, right? It's like strong. But it's like, we're still like not the richest village of all time, as you can see. But I like how it has a little bit more diversity in blocks here, which is nice. And we're going to change it up a little bit too. And then this is like more traditional log cabin. I mean, this is starting to look really nice. Right? I mean, this just, the block flow is just so much better. It contrasts perfectly, in my opinion. It's a good size. We're going to make this a little bit bigger. And we're going to make this side a little bit bigger too. Right, and then we can come in and it's a nice little entry point. I mean, but look at this. I mean, it looks so much better than before. So let me just add one more thing here, and then we're going to pause for today, and I just want to see what your guys' thoughts are from there. Alrighty, folks, I think we're going to stop here for today. I wanted to just get a first little, like, start with the base structure. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of cooked. Like, let's just be honest, guys. This kind of looks fire. You have a nice little lookout tower there. We're going to do a little bit more detailing. If you... Can I zoom? Let's see. Nope, I can't zoom. But I want to do some detailing there. I'm probably going to use the stone brick to make the top more stone brick-like. Something to make it look a little bit more put together. I might use the cobblestone wall as the spikes instead. I think that could add a nice little texture as well. But, I mean, and that does look a little odd right there too, but so far, this is coming together in my opinion. Oh my god. Okay, well, that's an outro for you. This is definitely coming so much together. So, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Leave a like and comment and let me know what you guys want me to build next. And again, I appreciate you guys all your support, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.